5 people experience a mental illness, and half of the mental illness begins in childhood and adolescence. It is Mental Health Awareness Month, and Dr. Renee Renardi joins us today from the Lakeside Center for Behavioral Change to share some more shocking stats and what you can do to help. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Sometimes a tough topic to discuss, but very important, and that's why we're doing it this month especially. But when I think about this starting early, and you mentioned early prevention or intervention is key. Kids, are we seeing more issues with mental health problems in kids than we have in the past?
It's a major issue. Like you mentioned, 1 in 5 adults, 1 in 5 children at least suffer from a mental illness, and most people go on average 11 years from onset of symptoms until the time they get into treatment. That's too long. And during those 11 years, people struggle with academics, they struggle socially, they might experiment with drugs, trying to find maladaptive coping mechanisms. So early intervention is really important to intervene and prevent some of those really unfortunate things from happening.
Yeah, it affects so many things that we don't realize. And of course, teachers are there in schools, but parents also should be keeping an eye out for some things. What should parents be looking out for?
Well, there are a lot of things to look at, and I'm glad you mentioned teachers and parents, because it has to be a multidisciplinary approach. By the time people come in and see me as a psychologist, thankfully the problem's already been identified, and I love seeing kids in my office. I treat people across the lifespan, but it means we got them. They didn't have to wait those 11 years. So when we take that multidisciplinary approach, and everybody's looking out for our kids in our community, that helps a lot. And there are a lot of signs and symptoms that you can look for. Oftentimes when we're looking at anxiety, a lot of childhood anxiety will manifest in physical ways. So children may complain of stomach aches or headaches, be engaging in avoidance behaviors, have a lot of what if questions. There are a lot of things that you can look for in your children. With depression, it may be a lot of fatigue, a lot of, I don't want to, low energy, oversleeping, changes in appetite. So it's really good to inform yourself on what those symptoms may be in children.
Are we seeing this more, and why do you think we're seeing this more amongst our children?
I think it is being identified a little bit earlier, but I think our kids are under so much stress, and there's this bombardment of information and things coming at them. So we have to be good consumers of who we surround ourselves, what type of information we surround ourselves with, how busy we are, what we're doing to take care of ourselves, what our children are doing to take care of themselves with their nutrition, with their exercise, their social relationships, learning how to dialogue and talk to one another, learning how to have adaptive coping skills are all really important things. And that's what our job as adults is to teach really good emotional and social coping.
And besides in your office, you're passionate about children's mental health for other reasons as well. You've taken this as your platform?
I have, yes. I was nominated as North Dakota Mother of the Year and won the national competition just a few weeks ago in Washington, D.C. And my main area of focus is early intervention for mental illness.
That's really incredible. A great platform for you to, you already practice this, speak to this. Is this going to give you even more of an audience?
I believe it will, which is really exciting. I try to serve as a vehicle. How can I use this life that I have to get out there and share information that I know about to help other people? And I think that there are a lot of people out there doing amazing work, and I hope to kind of carve this little path amongst others to increase awareness of mental illness.
Incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Before you go, how can people get more information, some great resources, or even get a hold of you?
They can reach me at Lakeside Center or through CourageCritters.com, and I'm happy to point people in the right direction.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming in today. A great topic today.
Thank you.
Coming up on North Dakota Today, downtown Fargo Park.